So why am I showing you this? Because I want to sell it to you. No, I'm just kidding. I don't want to sell it to you. For everybody who is at this event, I'm going to give you a free lifetime membership of my Ebook Master. So just send me an email at jacob@myebookmaster.com, and I will set you up with a free account. And you guys can make as many ebooks as you want. And once you have your ebook set up, then we can talk about bootstrapping your digital information business.
Email again, please.
It's jacob@myebookmaster.com.
That's awesome. I'm going to get that. I'm just going to thank you.
You're still welcome. So basically, with the tool that I just showed you, if you have a PDF, we could all sit down and everybody in this room could have an information product ready to sell right today, ready to go. So now the only question is, how are you going to get eyes on it? How are you going to get people to sell it? So that's what we're going to talk about, bootstrapping, because when I was doing this, I was just stumbling forward. And I found that the more you fail, the luckier you seem to be. Because the more mistakes you make, one of them just works. And so the more mistakes you can make, the luckier I think you're going to be. And one thing that, fortunately and unfortunately, I do really well at is ignorance. Something about ignorance just makes me so confident. When I started my business, so many more people knew so much more than I did. And they were like, are you really doing this? I mean, you're a hillbilly. You don't even know what a website is. You don't even know what anything is. They laughed at my website, and I did too, because I didn't know what I was doing. And I didn't even think it was going to be a business. I was just doing it for giggles. So I know what it's like to have tried lots of things that didn't work and wondered, hey, is this going to work? Is this for real? But for some reason, I just kept going, kept doing it, because I'm mildly ignorant and just wanted to keep going. So the best thing I ever did was take those awkward first steps. Was even though I didn't have perfect knowledge, even though I didn't have a perfect plan or any plan, I just started moving forward. So I rarely stray from the topic of jumping. Seriously, since the age of 6 or less, I've wanted to jump higher. I don't know why.
Michael Jordan.
Well, so this is the first video I ever made. It's really terrible. This is another video I made from my dorm room. I just started making these YouTube videos. This one, I propped up my green mattress and I tried to put a green screen stadium behind me, but my face is see-through. I thought it was a cool idea at the time. But, so anyways, I was just stumbling forward making these videos, and those silly little YouTube videos, just talking heads, opaque faces, fake backgrounds, ended up generating, now my channel's been more than 3 million views and made thousands and thousands of sales, just basically from making silly little videos and being laughed at. I was just shocked that people wanted more information. So my first years of business, I was just figuring out like how to make content, how to do customer support the right way, how to automate these things, how to do interviews, and just failing a ton. So here are the things that work for me and that I learned over time, and if any of these can help you, awesome. What I learned is that batching is much more efficient than making videos one day at a time. This is my content marketing strategy. Now, content marketing can be good because it's free, has good conversion, you can get lots of sales, but the bad part of it is it can be time consuming and you don't know if it's going to work or not. You know, that's the thing about content marketing and SEO and videos. Like, you don't know, like when you pay for an ad, you know, I pay $5, I get 5 visitors, but content marketing is just kind of something that you do and you don't know what you're going to get out of it. So my advice is do it for 1 to 3 hours per week and then spend the rest of your time on something else. Here's how I do it. Never make a piece of content that doesn't address one specific person. So you don't just make a piece of content like, here's about jumping. You talk to somebody about one solution for their problem. So the more you can get reciprocation with your customers, the higher your conversion is going to be. So what I end up doing is all the questions I ever see on social media, I put them in one inbox, which basically is all the content pieces I'm ever going to create. So I start making this massive list of people that I can talk directly to. So what I do is I turn on the camera, and I look at the first question, and I do talking head videos, that's it. I answer the question, I just do one take, and then I clap, and then I answer another question. I just keep the video rolling. So in 1 hour, I may answer 10 to 20 questions and clap, 10 to 20 times. So all I'm doing then is I've got an intro and outro, and I just drag and drop and replace the video and render it to Dropbox. So basically in an hour's time, I've made 10 to 20 videos that have gone to Dropbox, where my outsourcer can then post them to the video sites. So just record it, and I name the file, the name I wanted to put on YouTube, and I tell my outsourcer to take the first sentence I say in the video to be the description in YouTube. So basically, all of your content marketing will proceed from that video. And here's how that works. Let's see. So you've got your video, and you post your video to any video distribution sites you want to. From that video, you have someone transcribe it into an article. Then with the article, you post that to your blog or your article distribution. From that article, you take the links and you post those links to your newsletter. So you can put those links in Aweber or GetResponse. And then with those links, you also put it in something like Hootsuite, so it's scheduled to go out to Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and all the other places. So basically, you spend an hour, you've made 10 to 20 people very happy because you're addressing them personally, and then you've got the articles and videos to go out on all the social media sites and to be drip-fed for the rest of the week or the month. So that is what I do. Monday, I make my videos, and then they all have the information needed to post them, to make articles and do SEO and newsletters and social media distribution. If you're going to spend more time, I recommend you make review sites, because as people get to know you, they're going to ask about your product. If you make review sites, you get to control what people think about your product. They're going to find a review site, they're going to see you've reviewed your product #1, and then the others below you. You don't have to be mean about it, but now you're getting some control, because people are going to start hearing about you on the social media. I also like to do authority interviews. So what's really cool is I found that if you call up anybody, no matter how famous they are, you say, hey, I'm going to do an interview and post it to my list and make you more famous and make you more sales, they will call you back and they will do an interview with you. But when you do an interview with them, don't say, like if it's Michael Jordan, for example, don't say, like Jacob Hiller interviews Michael Jordan. What you would say is like, Jacob Hiller and Michael Jordan talk about basketball or something. So what you want to do is put yourself on the same level as that famous person, rather than as someone who's interviewing them subserviently. Because then people see that and they say, oh, like, who is this guy that's, having a conversation with Michael Jordan or whoever it is. Then you can do an occasional press release. All this combined is going to give you a ton of social media reciprocation and authority, because it's all going to be out there online talking about you. So I use something called AdTrack's Gold or ClickMagick or Go Try This to track my campaigns. And the reason I use that is because if you use a website link and you decide to change your website one day, you've got to go back and change all those links, and you don't know what the data or stats are on those links. With something like this, you have a central location. You can say, hey, all my article traffic is generating this much traffic or this much sales. And then you can also redirect those links if you want to as well. So I use one of those tools to track my sales and direct the traffic. This is, okay. So that is my content marketing strategy that I use. Will this work for you? Is this something that could work for what you're doing in your business? And will you do it? Is there any questions? Yeah.
What other video distribution sites do you use apart from YouTube?
I used to use like Traffic Geyser or like HeySpread, but I found that most of it is going to come from YouTube and Vimeo. But I would just post it there and it would just send it to all of them, which would give me, I know that some of those aren't, they would give me backlinks and traffic and things like that.
When you answer questions in your videos, you're entering one person's question, right?
Yeah.
Do you then comment on their question with a link to your new video?
Sometimes. I mean, if I was really organized, I would. But usually I tell people, hey, I'm going to post this, subscribe to my channel, I'm going to answer your question.
Yeah, and they're so grateful, it's kind of cool.
So you actually use the person's name?
Yeah, I read the email, the question, I either snap a screenshot and put it in a folder, and I say, hey, Billy says ABC. Hey, Billy, this is Jacob. Here's what I would do if I were you, and answer his question.
Gotcha.
Cool.
Do you know, if you've seen the guy's channel, Elliot Holtz?
Yeah, he's a friend of mine.
Got it.
Yeah, he does very similar, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, he's cool.
As soon as you said that,
Yeah.
okay. And he's incredibly successful, right?
Yeah, he's awesome.
Do you ever do anything with the YouTube transcription?
I haven't used it. I just have my outsourcer transcribe it manually.
Have you ever tried that transcription actually uploading to YouTube? You know how YouTube...
Oh, no, I haven't done it. That's a good idea.
For a while. It's
Yeah.
getting it transcribed anyway.
Put it in there for the SEO.
Yeah, a lot of people... Sorry.
Oh, no, that's cool.
But yeah, a lot of people don't know. I didn't know this until Brad told me, but YouTube actually automatically transcribes the video.
Yeah.
And he tried actually, the transcription tool wasn't anywhere near accurate. And he got somebody to actually transcribe all of his videos and re-upload the transcription to YouTube. As long as you don't actually mess it around and put stuff in there that's not actually there, his traffic trebled to his YouTube videos and did that process. So if
Cool.
you're
Yeah,
always
that's good
transcribing
too.
it,
Yeah, totally.
get your outsourcing video.
Yeah, thanks, man. Did you have a question?
Last year you taught us about how that you're getting other people to help promote your product. You've forgotten to tell us that this year.
No, that was just part one. So I'm going to get to that for sure. So there's actually a lot more. I think I got 30 minutes left, so I'm going to start cruising. I recommend you do one take. If you make a mistake, you sneeze, you pick your nose, whatever, just roll with it. Well, if you pick your nose, I don't know about that. But, because I think people want to know you. I mean, this is YouTube. Like, some people are like, oh, get perfect, do my script, write my script. Just be chill. Just be awkward even. Just get in front of the camera. There's something about awkward people, you just want to watch them. So, just do that take and nail it. So here's how I also recommend this for your videos. I used to just give content, but I recommend now that you open a loop. So use that question and open one loop. Open a loop means there's some kind of pain point or some question. But never close that loop. Never answer that question without opening another one. So if you say, hey, oh, you've got shin pain. Oh, well, I'm going to teach you about shin pain, but by the way, shin pain could also lead to knee pain. Or you lead into something else that opens it back up. Don't tidy up your video and say, there it is, take it, it's free. Open a loop back up, and always at the end of your video, create what I call eternal product pain. That's when you talk about this. By the way, my product is the solution for everything A, B, C to E, F, G that you'll only get in my product and only get anywhere else can solve this problem. So that you're actually bringing people to your main solution. So, open a loop, close it, open a new one, and then create eternal product until they buy. So, here's what I'll show you. Here's why it's important. Here it is.